In this video, I'm going to quickly go over some ways that I like to use movement in Black Ops 7. These are all very easy, simple things that anyone can do, and you're surely going to benefit from some of them. The first one's super boring. It's just jump spotting by using a wall such as this. This one's actually kind of weird. Sometimes I'll not go as high, but if you run up to it, you can jump spot here to get some information. Another on this map, for instance, another popular spot you could use this at. This one you're a little bit more prone to getting sniped because everyone seems to do this one. Yeah, I see people just hopping right here at this wall at the beginning of every round, often, especially in Search and Destroy, which I play. But yeah, this one, you can definitely get some good damage on this one. You can also see people close here. And this is just an example on Raid, but in general, any wall like this that you can actually do this on and get some information or even get shots on people like this, it can be fun to do and good for getting information. Now this next one is one I don't see people doing very often, but it's actually like really cool, and ever since I saw it done, I love to do it all the time. I think it's very useful for winning more gunfights, but also just looks cool and feels fun to use. So normally, let's say I'm playing Search and Destroy, I know somebody's, on this staircase or something, right? You want to go to fight them. Well, you could jump on this rock and like use this as a heady or whatever, but let's say I'm trying to actually push them. I think they're going to plant. Well, most people would come up here and they mantle. Now in this game, the mantle animation actually isn't that slow. It's actually pretty quick time you can get your gun up. But did you know that if you ADS going into the mantle, you totally pretty much skip the animation. Like you can keep your gun up the entire time. You can just actually like scale it like that. And I can show you another example here on this rock. Like let's say I'm trying to shoot somebody in here. Again, the mantle's pretty quick. Like you can see that doesn't really take that long. And you can still shoot pretty darn quick. So it's not like the most game-breaking thing, but I think it's extremely smooth and fun to do. And it can make your clips look cooler if you do hit something. But look, you can just all you got to do is ADS, and then just like hit your jump button a couple times as if you were mantling, except it's basically just not going to do the animation. You're just gonna pretty much scale right up the rock or over the wall or whatever. You can do it anywhere. You can do it here. You can even do it like jumping, like if you jump over to something like that. I think was a decent example. You see, it just kind of like skips the animation, so I really just love to do that. So the next one I really like to do, this is something that's been around since Black Ops 6 last year. It's a movement that they kind of broke and they fixed it because apparently it's supposed to be in the game, which is awesome because it's one I love to do a lot, especially when I'm going for clutch plays and rank play or something. There's a lot of little ways you can use it and little areas you can find to actually utilize it better than others. And I'm going to show you one here, but basically all it is sliding into the prone. If you don't know how to do this, all you do is hold your crouch button, your slide button, instead of just like hitting the slide button and then it comes out of it. All you do is just hold it until you go into a prone. And that's literally all there is to it. I like to use it here for an example, just because if I want to run out to the left and people are holding this, especially with snipers, people are sniping in this game a lot. Yeah, I can go like out here and that's pretty quick. And people can wallbang this, so this isn't like an amazing strategy or anything, but it's just one little way in public match I like to use this slide thing. I can slide down to here, get some information, and then I can pop up and rip them if they're still there. But in general, sliding to prone I think is a really fun and useful mechanic. Also, if you slide sideways, you can't see it from my perspective, but on their screen, I'm actually going to be like rolling almost. And it actually is like a good way to catch people off guard and just challenge people. Like if I want to challenge a corner here, just do it into a sideways slide, and you can tell you're doing the roll because your gun will go kind of sideways like this. So you can do it to challenge people just around corners like this is actually pretty good. Or just like I said, how I like to use it over there, or especially in rank play, is for just like sliding behind cover and catching people off guard, especially if I'm sliding into them. Like say there's a hard point and someone's playing, someone's playing like right behind this rock. I'll just like slide right down underneath their toes, and then it kind of catches them off guard. So that's a really fun movement I like to do. Now this last one I'm going to show you is like super simple. It's more of a just personal thing I like to do a lot, but I do think it has some benefits, as well as, again, it just feels like smooth to do, and I just enjoy playing this way. But you'll probably see me do this a lot if you see any gameplays I ever post, is I just jump into my slide very often. I'm basically just doing a long slide on purpose, just as I navigate the map. The normal side cancel, you like slide, cancel it, and I still do that sometimes, depending on the situation. But if I'm just like kind of roaming around, looking for information or whatever, I love to just jump into the slide. To me, as soon as I like jump and then I hit my slide button, and by the way, to do this, I guess I'll explain a little better. all you want to do is jump, and then before you hit the ground, at any point before you hit the ground, just hit your slide button one time. You don't have to hold it. You just want to jump, hit the slide button. You can actually see on my controller overlay I have actually. So I can jump, hit my slide button, which is R3 for me, and then you're basically just going to slide, and you can ADS into it. I think that's part of it for me, because basically I can just come around corners and do a long slide around a corner, and I hit a ledge right there. But you can basically just be ready for the gunfight like as you're moving, and to me that's just a big advantage. It's fun to do, and it's satisfying when you are able to get a kill or have a good play off of that. So yeah, just do a long slide and ADS while you're doing it. Do it around corners. Do it to challenge people, or be like me and just do it all the time when you're just roaming around, just because I find it fun to do. So those are 4 ways I like to use movement in Black Ops 7 that I enjoy, and some of them are beneficial. So if you like the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.